I read a lot about Bishop, a lot of interviews when I was writing my thesis, and she's a fascinating character. So the two poems that I'm going to read both have to do with who she is. And Bishop, for one thing, was also an artist. You can see on some of her paperbacks drawings that she did as cover art for her own work. And she was fascinated with and very conscious of color, and you can see that in the Moose because she mentions color a lot, especially in the first part of the poem when it's sunny outside. So this is about that first part, and I imagine her as being someone who might have had the quality of I forget the word for it now, there's a medical word for it, but seeing colors and detecting them through her other senses as well. Synesthesia. What is it again? Synesthesia. Synesthesia, thank you. Okay. Look at that, would you? When the silted red water of the Bay of Fundy rushes in, its return surprises. She'd forgotten how she's missed it. Even the mud flats at low tide, lavender rich as the scent. As her mind embraces colors, she recalls a distant touch, mother, who disappeared one morning while her child was out with the cow. Red sea at sunset, sailor's delight. Color always floods her, sends her to brushes, pencil box, to seek a match, capture. The silver birches glow. A bus's window flashes pink, the light deciding. She's never seen a sound before. In the dark, a collie's bark, orange. At church, purple when Aunt Grace sings the hymn. Her own voice to her ear, a pale blue-gray. One afternoon, she wades into the sea to test its grip. Cold, green, strong to seize the drowning. And the other one that I would like to read is about after the Moose, after she was still working on the poem, obviously, but she took a trip. She went on a cruise to Brazil. She wanted to travel. She called herself a person who had no home because her home had been this childhood home in Nova Scotia, but she was taken from there by another set of grandparents, and she felt like she was always without a home. So she went to Brazil, and she got sick there in Rio and met a woman named Lota, who became the love of her life, who nursed her back to health in her apartment. And Bishop was really, really quite ill then, but she and Lota became lovers and ended up in Brazil. She was there for quite some years. So this is called Elizabeth Bishop Recuperates at Lota's Apartment. I lay a limp balloon, lungs whistling like a train. You took me in, stroked my hair. Gatinha, you murmured, kitten, your Latin ah's a caress. Those first days I was elsewhere. Worcester, grandmother's bedroom, where I often lay sick after mother went away. I wheezed when the cat came near. The maid brought broth. No one touched me. Your palm cool on my forehead, your lotion cool on my arms, your compress cool on my eyes. You'd rise to shut the curtains, muffle the blare of Rio's taxi horns. Gatinha, Mama, I whispered. Thank you.